blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Everyone, good evening. Welcome to the Say Less show, and we apologize for our tardiness. We all had our reasons why we were tardy this evening.
Absolutely.
Because even before you came on, me and VP was talking about a new something, so we just looked and was like, oops. But we're here now.
Busy day.
Now, and I hope that everyone had a beautiful day and you're having a wonderful evening. We're going to dive right into it. Now, we have the wonderful, magnificent Nashawn back. I know you guys remember her with all the knowledge and the golden nuggets that she provided us, okay? If you don't, go on the YouTube page and watch that show. But we're going to dive right into it. So basically, our topic is going to be circles. We kind of had a conversation about this earlier. And within today's world, I think it's just becoming more and more important to watch your circles, right? And then also VP kind of threw out there that if we can kind of help the fellas with some Christmas gift ideas for the ladies, because they have a hard time trying to please us, you know what I mean? So we're gonna dive into it. Of course, I'm gonna start it out last week. There was no short from last week because last week was an encore. I wasn't live, so we won't talk about last week. I'll start out with the quote for the day, the evening, the month, the year, the whatever. But everyone in your circle should have access to your future. I'm going to say it again. Mm-hmm. Everyone in your circle should not have access to your future. And I'll probably dig a little bit deeper into that to say, because when you think about it, you're like, well, if they're in your circle, you trust them, but not necessarily. Everybody got their own jobs, should you say. So we're going to do that. And then, of course, my beverage of the night, I'm just drinking a good old beer. Okay. It's a beer night. It's in the beautiful Los Angeles Dodgers, go Dodgers glass, with a little bit of sea salt, because
okay,
I suffer from low blood pressure. So don't say, oh, that's too much salt, girl. I need it. Okay. So Nashawn, well, yes. Even though we know, just introduce yourself to the people.
Oh, okay, wonderful. I'm Nashawn Mitchell, and you were so gracious to let me appear on your show before, and I talked about trust, wills, estate planning. I am an attorney, and I have recently, though, gotten my real estate license again. So what everyone should know is I'm multi-state licensed, and so every time you move to another state, you have to get these new licenses. So I now have I got my insurance license moved over to Texas. I now have my real estate license in Texas, and I'm working on getting my law license in Texas. So I still have some things I can do here, but once I get fully licensed, I'll really be ready to go. So from your podcast, I was offered my own. So the Legal Lounge will start in January. The first show will be January 15th, Thursday nights at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. So I'm excited about that. We'll talk about a lot of things legal, but some things that are not legal, that are some of what you do with growth and development and different things. So the first show actually is about how to handle emergencies in your life, how to get the documents you need, like your birth certificate, a certified copy, Social Security cards, where to store them, where to keep them, what to do, FEMA, different things like that, because that actually comes up a lot. It's a hurricane season, it's fires everywhere, it's flooding going on, and I get a lot of calls about how do I do something? People don't have their important documents. So we're going to talk about that.
That is so that I mean, even though I'm kind of a little well rounded, I'm definitely tuning in because that is good. Because a lot of people are clueless.
Yes. And
Who do I
especially,
call? Where
yes.
do I contact? Does it have to be online? Can I call on the phone? Like, you know what I mean? That is going to be an amazing show. Make sure you tag me in that so I can share it.
Absolutely. With everybody being so mobile, like I live in Texas, but I was born in Illinois in 1973. And it's like, well, if you were born before this year, your records are here or not, they're over here. And,
Yes.
so we need to know how to get all that and how to store it so that we can have it in an emergency because you need those documents and you don't want to be wiped out. And oddly enough, you need proof you were born besides the fact that you're standing here alive. I mean, it's always been
On
ridiculous.
planet Earth.
They're like, we need proof you were born besides me looking at you right now. So, yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. I'm going to enjoy that. So yeah, January 15th, guys, 6 p.m. Well, I know I'm so used to just doing Texas, but yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is what it is. So I guess that we will start out and help the men out real fast. And men. I know you sometimes have a difficult time trying to figure out what to get your ladies. And it's really not that hard if you truly know her.
I was just thinking that.
It's not. But some of the things that I'm gonna share what I think. I think that when it comes to Christmas, you're safe with home-based things. Things that, and it needs to be something that's not necessarily attainable to her. Because I know me, if it's something that I know that I like for my house, I'm gonna go get it. Right.
Right.
If it's reasonable. But then, sometimes you have somebody say, oh, I want that mixer 350, you know what I mean? And you like, whoa, wait a minute. That's when that Chris, okay, you know what? She's been wanting that mixer for 7 months now. Gotta listen.
But hopefully you bought it at Black Friday.
Oh,
it's just a matter of wrapping it up now. Let's not be last minute men out there. Let's not be last minute.
You are so right.
You planning all year because I save my money all year for Black Friday. I go damn crazy.
Do you really? Do you think it's the same as it used to be? Because I don't think so.
It's not the same, but there's some good deals out there. But it's not the same. And the problem with the men is they won't search and dig and stuff like we do. We relentless on a sale, on looking for what we want.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're not gonna stop till we find it. Somebody got it.
Right. And they be like, just quick, just give me something.
Yeah.
And so I think though too, if you sit down once a year and put the thought into it, you can just accumulate those things for birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, different things like that. And then you don't have to think about it every time something comes up. So
that's good. Yeah. Listen, it's about listening, just listen to her. Mm-hmm. She might be rambling one day and be looking at a commercial and say, oh, I always wanted one of them. Noted, mentally noted that she said that thing on the commercial is something that, she's always wanted. And I think that would make it easier. I would say that, like, I had came up with a few things, I looked it up or whatever, but I would say things more home-based. Because then when you get into, of course, self-care and relaxation and stuff like that is very important. But I think that's more geared towards maybe birthday because it's a self thing. It's a day to celebrate you, right?
Well, also, women are very particular about those things, whether they want essential oils or, base products and everything. A lot of times men don't know the finer details of that. They'll get you some lotions. You like lotions, but it's really something you never use. And you got to smile and be nice and say, thank you, honey, because you don't want to just break them down. So that's the other problem with that.
As far as like massages and stuff, like a gift card to the spa, or something like that. And then, if you, ladies, if you know that your man is just not the best gift picker, and it's okay. We all have
text him your list.
We all have our flaws, and it's okay. Ladies, be honest and say I would absolutely adore just a $500 gift card, and let me go pick out what I would love to have. Because at the end of the day, whatever I'm getting, I'm thinking of you because you made it possible. I don't know, BP. That's all we got for you. Even though I know he wasn't asking for himself, just men in general.
Listening is key, and just pick up on a few things, and then, gentlemen, write it down or put a note in your phone. Send your own self a text message.
Yeah, something. Put
Something.
it in the calendar and a reminder, like something. Because everybody doesn't necessarily have children, but you got pretty much 3 special days in the year. You know, the Mother's, Valentine's Day, but I ain't really never been a Valentine's Day person.
Right.
But Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday. You know, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. So we are going to get to the meat of this. We talking about circles, baby.
Circles.
We talking about the circles and the people that you keep around you, the people that you supposedly are supposed to trust. I feel like a circle would be people that you would trust with your life. You should be able to trust with your life. But you have to be mindful, and as we talked earlier today, and you have to discern. Discernment is very, very important. And if you don't have it naturally, it's not a natural gift. You better pray for it every day.
I pray for it.
Every day. Pray for it. Because it saves a lot of chaos, heartbreak, you name it, when you know who you're fooling with. So your circle influences your growth. Who you keep around you impacts your mindset, your decisions, your confidence, and even your peace. And when I think of peace, I think of somebody who's draining. You can't have people that drain you in your circle, right? It's just not that. So your environment shapes your elevation. It really truly does. So for you, what does a circle truly mean? What does it involve? For the little circle of trust. What movie was that? Little circle of trust.
And I think, to add to what you're saying, Miko, too, if people would think, so we're talking about a circle, your circle, but really people may need a few different circles, because I think sometimes people, they have a circle, but it's a mixed circle. Like, you should, for the most part, not have people from work in the same circle as your private friends and stuff like that. Like, you may have a professional circle that stays over there, and then you have your circle that, more what you're talking about today, people that's really close to you, that's supposed to be your support system. And then, you may have a few circles, and I think sometimes people, they have mixed people in one circle, and that can be problematic.
That's good. You're right. You're absolutely right. And then your circle, are they genuine? And I think that's really the thing, because a lot of people have hidden agendas, and I only speak on experience. I don't speak on what I read or nothing like that. I speak on experience. And a lot of people, they really honestly, may envy you or be jealous of what you have, jealous of the relationships that you have with other people. And while you're thinking that this is your circle, your person, it really isn't, because they have a hidden agenda. But that's where your gift of discernment comes in, and you have to, to be able to say, hey, is this genuine, authentic? It don't have to be in their actions. And you have the gift of discernment. You can feel energy if you pay attention.
And so if I could jump in right there, because we talked earlier, and so this is if you're this type of person, you may need to ask for discernment from the Lord. Like me, I want to see the best in everybody all the time. Oh, she's really nice. She wouldn't do that. She's my friend. She's this. And like Miko was saying, we speaking from experience. You will get burned. People will do certain things because of jealousy.
Yes.
And so I constantly found myself, even into my 40s, like, Why would she do that? I can't believe she did that. But I'm a
Really?
nice person. I've always been nice to her. If you that person, like you keep getting it and you just keep wanting to see, I had to get to a place where I had to pray and say, Lord, Heavenly Father, allow me to see people for who they truly are. Lord, show me this person's heart. Show me who they are. And don't look with your flesh human eyes. This is going to sound a little crazy and existential, but look with your spirit.
Yes.
Look from your spirit through your eyes, and you will see it. And it's not going to be a blaring sign like this, but trust your gut and that uneasiness or that unsettled
Yes.
settled
Yes.
feeling that you feel. And then you don't even have to be blatant about it. Just ease on away from that. But you got to ask for it. I had to ask for it, and discernment was something I had to pray on. I had to let the Lord give it to me, and then I had to, work with it and see it. And then I had to accept it. Oh, I
Yes.
really liked her, but my spirit is not
It wasn't aligning.
it's not letting me align with her.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
let me be kind and whatever, but let me leave her over there.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is so true. And you know, what people also need to know is, I'm sorry, I'm making sure they don't substitute my fruit. Just keep paying attention to my phone, like don't substitute my fruit.
That part.
That access is earned too. And I think that's a boundary thing, because it's our decision to accept who we want to accept in our life and in our circles. But for me, I don't know if it's because of my sign or whatever, but I've always been a person to hold my guards up, and you got to prove to me first. I have to watch you, if that makes sense. Like we can ha kiki, but really, honestly, I am evaluating your energy. I'm watching it before I slowly bring down a guard. So I'm real big on people have to actually earn their access to me in the deep parts of me. And so it just, for me, it just doesn't come automatic. Like, hey girl, I like your energy. You a cool person. And 2 months later, I'm telling you my entire life story. It's just like, for me, we have to build that.
Right.
Because honey, what did we say earlier? It's some folks out there with masks on, baby, and they coming off. These folks out here that had these masks on, they was being who they weren't, and different situations arose, and the masks fell off. When in a million years you would have never thought that individual, that would be a fraud. Just a straight fraud. So yeah, you got to be prepared for that. So everyone doesn't deserve full access to your life goals or emotions, even if they've been around a long time. That's another thing. Because I know that we've experienced long-term friends, and
Even better, even if they're family or blood.
yes,
Hey,
yes,
unfortunately, we all know sometimes it's the family member that'll do you in.
the closest to you, the
Yeah.
closest to you.
So
Straight mask. And longevity doesn't equal loyalty. It does not. It does not. It does not. It does not. So, energy doesn't lie. Pay attention to how people react to your wins, your boundaries, and your growth. Pay attention to how people act to your adversities. Right? Do they see the good in whatever it is that you're going through and the bad, and they try to give a well-rounded, a benefit of the doubt, or are there just this negative, see, I told you, and that's why you shouldn't have. It's a difference, right? And thank you, Lord, but I don't think I've ever experienced that. Someone in my circle that was just like, see, I told you, girl, I told you. No, because your heart matters to them. Mm-hmm. So they're giving you advice. They're giving you stuff from the heart to say, pray about it, girl. Pray about it, girl. Versus the opposite. And when you have people like that in your life that is full of toxicity, and take your adversities and make it even more negative. And see, I told you that's why you should. That ain't who you want to have in your life because they're not aligned. They're miserable.
And I saw someone that said, "Don't take advice from anyone who you wouldn't want to trade places with." Yes, and
That's good.
people got a whole bunch of girl, I would have this and you should have that and da 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 da. But then you be like, wait a minute, like didn't you get divorced last year or did you know? It's just kind of like it's like
Didn't
wait
you
a
fall out with all them girls last year? What you talk about?
yeah, yeah. So which
That's good.
yeah, so
That's
that
good.
that was just that struck me when I heard that, and I
Yeah,
thought, you know what, that makes sense.
because you think that people and people always think that. I know some situations where people think that, oh, just because they've been in their life a long time, that, oh, I've been knowing you since. That don't matter.
No, no.
That don't matter because guess what? That person that claimed to be there for you or say they've been around for so long and I've been knowing you before he knew you and she knew you and all that. How do you know that they're not jealous of your life?
I was going to say, do they have your best interest at heart?
Right.
That's the start right there. They could be there for 30 years since sixth grade, but you was a hater in sixth grade and you a hater now.
You a hater now. Because what you have and you possess in your life is something that they wish they had. So since they don't have it, let me help you ruin yours, right? But hey,
It's a big problem.
what we talk about that lady named Karma.
Look, the older I get, the more it is revealed, and I believe in it. I believe in that seed you plant, what you put in the universe, it is coming back.
It's on its way.
I've just seen it, and it's what to say. Like a lot of times in the Black community and our families, mom and them say he may not come when you want him, but it's right on time. It's kind of like that. Like if somebody does something, especially if they do it to you, and you want them to get it right then, you like, oh, you want them to get whatever it is right then.
Yeah.
But I have learned to be patient
Yep.
because, and I don't have to do nothing but keep living my life
And
and
let
keep
God and
doing
watch God work.
yeah. What? Yep. It's so true. Watch him work because
Work
it
and
will
work.
come right back around. The older I get, the more I believe in it. Because I've seen it. It's like the old people say, "Keep on living. You'll see some stuff."
No, but you know what too? I'm gonna share this. Hold on, because people are saying they can't comment.
Oh,
And this was so funny because Tiva, I went out to I've been laying low and I ain't sang in a long time, that's my therapy. And I went to karaoke last week and Tiva is so country. She is hilarious, but she had made a comment and I guess it's something in the South that they say you're gonna meet yourself when you're coming back.
I think I've heard that before. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm from Chicago, so I'm like, I'm from up north. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Cali, we don't
yeah, right.
we ain't talking about all that.
And I
But
think
I've heard it before.
Mhm,
I've heard it before, but you're gonna meet yourself coming back.
mhm.
And I thought I'd die. I said, but it's so true. People don't understand that you got the karma real.
Mhm.
And you walk around like you untouchable. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Okay. So also too, and oh my God, I've experienced this the last 2 years. Growth changes your circle.
Mhm. Oh, it ought to. It should.
Yeah,
For sure.
big time.
Mhm.
I can honestly say and acknowledge that I've grown a lot over the past couple of years, as I should, as a 50-year-old woman who's trying to evolve in life. That's the goal of living, is to evolve and
Mhm.
become better than you were yesterday. But baby, when I say it changed my everybody fell off. And I was just over here drinking my beer.
And depending on where you get your, spiritual guidance and different things from, but one person I listen to is Joel Osteen, and he says everybody is not meant to be around, for the entire journey. And when it's time to let somebody go, and look, as nice as Joel Osteen is, he's like, when it's time to let them go, let them go.
Let them go.
But that's part of the growth, and knowing the growth and honoring the growth, because you will hold yourself back if it's time to move on and you don't want to let go of certain people, um, certain people, certain things, certain places. I mean, I'm in Dallas now because it was time to leave Nashville. It was over, and and you got to know. And I was fighting it in my flesh. That I don't want to move. I got this house here, and I know my way around, and I got to learn a whole nother city or whatever. But that whole thing too, when the Lord moves your provision, he'll work with you for a second, but the provision will dry up and you got to go where he's telling you to go.
Yes.
And so you have to embrace all of that. And people do fall off, unfortunately, people fall off, and you are kind of sad about that. But for your growth, you have to, your circle will change.
It will change. I said it to my daughter. I've been saying it to her since she was in like elementary school. They have a little friend and they fall out. And I'm like, baby, let me tell you something. You got a long way to go.
Right.
When I say it's going to be people in your life who you thought was going to go to the grave with you, automatically just falls off. You got a long way to go. And being 21, she's experienced it. And now she sees it. Yeah. It's just like, we love people. They come into our lives for a reason. Either they're going to stick around or they're not going to stick around. You're going to get what you needed out of me. I'm going to get what I needed out of you. And then it's time to go. And it doesn't mean that you're disloyal. It just means that I'm evolving and you're just not fitting that category. And that's just that. And real people, I'm sure with your circle, because we both mentioned we have very tiny, small circles.
Yes.
They're willing to grow with you, and you're willing to grow with them.
Absolutely.
Well,
and we have, because that's been since 2005. So you're talking about 20 years now, and we've been through, divorces, remarriages, births of babies, changing jobs, losing jobs, this and I mean, just we've been through all of it. And I think too, while the way you said it, they're willing to grow with is we push each other to grow too.
Absolutely.
And because the three of us in this group, we kind of have three different personalities. And I laugh, my other two friends, one of them is rooted in the Old Testament, and the other one, she got some Old Testament. She'll go all the way back. She go all the way back on you. She quoting the Old Testament, and then so me and my other friend are like, you do know Jesus came and delivered us from, from the Old Testament laws, but we quick to correct each other too. Okay, now wait, that's not the right thing to do. That's not this or that. Okay, wait a minute, slow down before you do that, because we all know each other debit card number, because you're gonna have to come get me out this jail, right? Like and so we know to call each other before get that place. So but we push each other to be better.
Yes.
And we help each other through problems. Through these divorces and a premature baby, and girl, if he gonna leave, just whatever that is. But out of that, it's like the most important thing is that you're okay, like you're happy, like that you grow or whatever. So I think you can tell if you're in the right circle. Are y'all encouraging each other to be your very highest and best self?
Absolutely.
And what are you doing to help that person to get there?
Absolutely.
And so it's cool. We can kick it and be friends and all that kind of stuff. But if you're not pushing me and I'm not pushing you, that's not the kind of circle we're talking about tonight. That's the kick it people. You got to have somebody who wants to help you get to the next level of whatever, professionally, personally, spiritually, whatever, but we'll always encourage you to be your highest and best self, because we can all run each other down the ground. Girl, go beat his ass. Go do we can all do that.
We could definitely do that. That comes easy and naturally.
Right. But the hard part is to, stop and be deliberative, to be encouraging. Let's cry. We're going to cry with each other. We're going to laugh with each other. We're going to push each other. And that's what you want, because otherwise life is too hard. It
is too hard to have ingenuine people around you that really don't care. That's why I say, for me, if I can't feel like I can trust you with my life, then we don't need any type of involvement. So I think he put that up for people that's trying to comment, maybe. Anyway, VP, I know you're working behind the scenes, so cut me off whenever you're ready for the artist. Because I know there's people on that want to comment, and we did have a couple of questions to put out there for people to
Oh, yes.
answer.
I'll
So,
come through.
okay.
Hold on, let me put my headphones on so I don't cause feedback. Okay. I think what's going on is the way we got it set up is whoever does live with us will do a mirror live on their YouTube so that their platform will also get the same information as ours. The only problem is because I guess since we generated the site, we're the ones that have the chat and that doesn't get shared. So they can go to that QR code, which is to the Blast YouTube channel, and you'll be able to chat there. But either which way, Miko will have that also on her show. It's just on her channel, just not the chat capabilities. So
Okay, so
sorry.
because this is the StreamYard QR code, I'll be able to see them in the studio.
Well, we see everybody in the studio, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, they all come here. But as far as the chatting, they have to be on YouTube, and unfortunately, they have to be under Blast YouTube for the chat.
And then I tell you that earlier, Nashawn, it's all based under Blast. Even though it goes to your YouTube, it's kind of based under Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that. We try to help everybody who does be a part of Blast to be able to reap some of the benefits, but that one we really didn't control. StreamYard has that one on lock, so there it is.
Okay.
But anyway, we have an amazing artist. She is coming from the Blast Radio 247 aspect, or was it Indie Post Music? Something like that. But anyway, she is also going to be signed up with the crew, and very interesting. Let me try this. Her name is Marie, and it's Bon Giovanno. I guess she's Italian. And this song is called The Last. Got it. I just got these glasses, and I got to get some new ones. The Last December. Check it out.
All right.
Why we keep pretending that this fire still burns warm? We hold on like the weather, but our seasons change the form. Who are we fooling, baby? We both seen the truth inside. Love can fade so gently that we barely even realize. You say I'm sorry, and I nod like it's enough, but you're tired of my relapses. I'm tired of being tough. We're two hearts holding on to something slipping through our hands. Still loving out of habit, more than loving who we am. Why don't we walk away with dignity and grace? Leaving doesn't mean we never love, it just means we need a space. We keep hurting most of these holidays. One last December night, then come January, baby, we'll go and find our light. Can we hold each other one last time without the pain? Can we kiss like we remember, even knowing it won't stay? One last Christmas morning, one last New Year's toast. Let's celebrate the memories of the ones who love the most. Don't we walk away with dignity and grace? Letting go don't mean the love was wrong. It just means it changes shape. We're two good people trying, but we lost our way to us. Now peace is calling, softly telling both of us to trust. So let's treasure this December, every moment warm and bright. Then come January, baby, we'll let each other find what's
Mm. And that is Marie Bongiovanno. And that was The Last December. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you too can also go to blastmusic247.com. You can also register for free as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast. We're constantly changing the industry one artist at a time.
I really like that song.
I'm gonna tell you something. Her album is called Faded, so that's what the picture was saying, Faded. But you can find her on Spotify. She got a blues song that I ain't into blues. Blues does nothing for me, but she had so much
Where
passion
you
behind
saw
it.
that?
I'm just playing.
It's just the way I was raised. She had so much passion in that blues song. Like I felt every word she was singing. She was absolutely amazing.
Okay, so
So
hold on. Now you're gonna make. Now wait a minute. You know I'm a music lover.
I'll go on and type her name for you.
Yeah,
I
please
got it
do.
in a private chat. But anyway, back to y'all. Let me
Thank
get out of here.
you.
See
Um, let's see. El Breezy, test it out. Let me see if we can see it. If it popped through. She's saying she can comment now. Let's see if we can see it. Giovanno. Okay. All right. Well, I had some questions for us in the audience, and but clearly we're not going to be able to just did. VP, do you see anything? She said she just commented. She's able to comment now.
what was the name?
Lauren Hunter.
Yeah, we got Lauren. Lauren's in the house.
Hey, there she
Welcome,
goes.
Lauren.
Okay, so this is an engagement. So I'm gonna ask this, and Ashan, if you had this experience, you can say. But have you ever had to distance yourself from someone for your peace?
God, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. What you want me to elaborate?
I think we all have.
Right. Well, look, I mean, I'll be transparent and because sometimes it just helps, like if you're transparent and honest, it helps other people understand and know and deal with things. So, I mean, I'll just say recently I've had to distance myself from my daughter because I'm not for the nonsense.
Absolutely.
And my daughter's 32 years old. She's an adult and entitled to live her life the way she wants to. But what I don't have to do is fund that life. I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to keep being used and disrespected.
Absolutely.
You are my child and I love you. You're my child, but I'm not for the nonsense.
Absolutely.
And
Anybody
so,
can get it.
that's kind of my point, right? And it's a hard thing to do. It's not a decision but a lot has happened. And like I said, she's 32 years old. At this point, it's what it is. And so, but I'm not gonna veto up over here. I got too much I'm trying to do.
Absolutely.
And so
Absolutely.
from her all the way down to, like you say, the people who you can tell, wait, you're not really happy for me. Wait, you don't really want me to do well. Wait, that kind of thing. Look, the older I've gotten, the easier I've gotten. And you said something earlier. Okay, so like I am the person that's like, I will meet you. Look, I do not meet a stranger. I'm like, hello, we're friends instantly. And that doesn't, and I'm not, so I'm not saying I'm gonna do that then just tell you all my dirty business, but I am a person who people who know me know I'm just gonna be very, honest about things. So one thing I did have to do is say, you know what, everybody, even though they appear to be your friend, they're not your friend. You can't be that honest with everybody. I did have to do that whole wait a minute, like I had to reserve myself some more and all that kind of stuff. But my natural disposition is to be like, hello, we're friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so now, without hesitation, I will cut you off without hesitation, without any
hesitation.
problem. We will never talk again.
Absolutely. And it won't bother you. And you know what's so crazy is that I've experienced that. And it's funny because it's the people who don't, people look at it like you're a messy person or you're this or you're that. And the people that say that is the people that don't truly know you. You have an opinion about what you're seeing on the outside of as to why certain people are no longer in my life, or again, at the end of the day, I'm at a point in my life that I was very tactful with it before. Now I don't give a damn.
Right.
I cut you off, and that's just that, and don't feel no type of way about it. I don't even explain no more.
That part too. I don't even explain anymore.
I don't explain. I'm gone. I'm gone. You're not gonna hear from me no more. And because at the end of the day, if you're interrupting my peace that strong, it ain't nothing we could talk about.
And I'm like the song, blame it on me. Say it's my fault.
It's my fault.
I did it. I'm a horrible person. Goodbye. Look,
yes, I did it. She hurt me. I did it. Yep.
I don't even, and I don't, I'll let, why? And I don't care about none of that. Look, there's a book out here called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I tell everyone to read it. It's called The 4 Agreements. And it'll be a blessing to your life. Get it. Now, there's another book once you get past that.
What was the last name?
Ruiz, Ruiz, Don Miguel Ruiz.
Okay.
And then there's another book called The Mastery of Self, just how to master yourself. Now that was written by his son, Don Miguel Ruiz Jr.
Okay.
But I first saw this book, it had to be 20 years ago on Oprah. Like back when Oprah was doing, she had the show. It might have been longer than that. She had the show and people with books would come on and stuff like that. The 4 Agreements, it'll change your life. Get it.
Okay. Yeah. I just finished reading my Aura book. I love books. I'm not like I used to be, because I could just go on Barnes and Nobles and be in there for hours.
It's an easy read. It's about 157 pages, and it's not a book. It's like a book, like maybe a little 5x7 or something. It's not even a big book.
Okay.
It's like 150 pages.
I'll knock that out in a day. But I do need to, like I say, that, like I told you earlier, that Mercury retrograde had a sister down. It knocked a sister out and all around.
Yeah.
And I just fell into a solitude. And, it was one of those, me being a social butterfly that I am, and always, hey, where we at? What we doing, y'all? Let's have some fun. I was so far from that, and I kept praying. Things wasn't feeling right in my life. Intuitions was kicking in hard. And I was like, say, man, I'm not at peace. Like, Lord,
right?
I prayed, like, your will be done. Expose. I need it, because I need to be fleshed. I need this negativity that I'm feeling out of me. And he answered that, you know what I'm saying? And so now I'm just at a peace. I'm at a peace now that I'm like, okay, because I knew that the things I was feeling from different people in different situations wasn't for nothing. It was all for something. I'm a person that discerns, and I am very, very dependent on my intuition, because it never fails me.
Me too.
Never
I've become very dependent on it in my older age. And to some extent, the more I'm gonna do it this way. Successful you become. I say that because success is different things for different people. So whatever is you are moving forward within your life, whatever that is, the more you get into that, the more it's going good. Like the attacks will come. You'll start to see people for who they are. And if you miss it, it'll derail you. And so I solely rely on it. And you know what else I had to do? I have to learn without question and trust it and trust myself. Don't let my mind override and say and give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Forget the benefit of the doubt. Forget
Yes.
it.
Yes.
In most cases, but basically, really forget it when your gut is telling you. Say, if you've asked God for discernment and He giving you something, trust it 100%.
Trust it 100%. Even when you don't want to, and you're like, no, 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 no,
But
no,
I
no.
like them. I love Him.
Yeah. No, 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 no. Because,
Yeah.
baby, let me tell you, it's called healing. You're going to hurt and you're going to heal. What's that? I used to always post it on my Facebook. It was not a meme, but it was a meme. And it basically said, remember that person you said you couldn't live without? Well, look at you living in shit now.
Right. Absolutely. Look, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
you have to. I just believe in cutting, whether it hurts or not, you're gonna get over it. Life's gonna go on. And I believe in just cutting people off. Oh, if they can't get some kind of scoop, the calls and the check-ins just slow down. Because that's because
true.
they have a motive and they only use you
That's
for
true.
one certain thing.
I know somebody like that right now, and every time they call now, what's up? Nothing. Look. And so the call slowed down because they wasn't getting me and my husband, we're going here, or this or that, or the kids, this, and it was a family member, supposed to be somebody I could trust. But then whatever I would say, it'd be out in the business, be out in the family, all distorted.
Girl.
All distorted. It would come back to me all crazy kind of ways. Other people in the family feeling hurt. Like one thing, it was said that I had a birthday party that I did not have. I don't even know where that came from. And some of my cousins are calling from Chicago, like, you had a party, you didn't invite me, you had a party, and then what? So what if nobody would have said anything to me? People would have legit been mad at me about
Correct.
something that didn't even happen.
That didn't
But
happen.
once I found out where the leak was coming from, now when that person called, what's going on? Nothing.
Nothing.
What y'all? Nothing. Y'all doing something for the holidays? Nope. One word like that. And that Lauren was, I think that name was Lauren. She was right. The calls slowed down. Instead of every other day, it was every other week. Every 2 or 3 weeks. Like, I don't hear from that person as much.
Yeah.
anymore.
Or
Like,
if they are accustomed to using you for one certain thing, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, I'll call her for this or call him for this because I know I could depend on them for this. It's not benefiting them. It's not benefiting you. It's benefiting them.
And when you stop, the calls will stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely. And
Going through that right now. They can't get no scoop, so they're not calling as much, which is good.
which is good.
Yeah, which is
It's
good.
good. And the crazy thing is, the other day I was sitting there and I said, my phone don't ring. Now, I hear a lot of people say, oh man, my phone, ain't nobody called me today. Oh, my phone dry. I'm over here like, yes.
I know, right? I know, right?
When I say I'm over here like, yes.
Mhm.
Leave me out. It's gotten to a point that I've experienced so much that you just don't even know who to trust no more. So once again, our little circle of trust is where it's at.
Yep.
It's where it's at. That's where it's gonna stay.
Anybody you got to have your guard up around, that's not in your circle.
Or interrupt your peace, or drain you, or it's not. It's not
questioning their motives. You're not sure where they coming from. All of that, I don't put up with none of that. That's out.
Or even make you question your own worth because of how they feeling about themselves.
Or try to hide it. Before I got married, y'all, I got married last year. I talked about that the last time I was on her show. But before that, like, I was dating, and I stopped saying I was a lawyer because it made them feel some type of way. So I would say everything from I was a manager at Walmart to I was a hairdresser. Every time I went on a date, I was something different. Went on a date, but not a lawyer. As long as it was that, it was cool. But and then finally, I just said because it was hard to lie about it after a while.
Absolutely.
I just was like,
You
I
starting
can't.
out wrong with the relationship.
But I can't do that just to make them feel better.
Correct.
But
And downplay yourself.
right then on the other end, if I was just like, oh, okay, what do you do? I'm a lawyer, and I had one guy like we had talked on the phone, but then when I met him for lunch, it was like, oh, so what do you do? I'm a lawyer. Oh, so I guess you like to argue a lot. I guess you high maintenance. I guess you. He had a whole bunch. The lady hadn't even came and asked us our drinks yet, and I was like, I said, you have a good day. I got up and left.
Absolutely.
That was all about him, though.
Because you think that you're intimidated, and that has nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to downplay myself, and I'm proud of my accolades, and I'll shout it to the whole damn world because I worked hard for it.
Worked hard, but I just.
So if me being a lawyer and a realtor and an insurance and all of this intimidates you, then have your meal alone.
I was like, I'm out because I just knew. And so, if you got to do that, then that's not a person for your circle. I would say once I really sat down and really thought about what I stood for, what my values are, what I'm willing to tolerate and not tolerate, it got easy after that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't compromise on it. I didn't bargain about it, whatever. This is what my values are. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to tolerate and not going to tolerate. After that, people was falling by the wayside. Like the Bible say, 10,000 on the left and 100,000 on the right. It was, yeah.
And I'll say, I've said this before in conversations. I had a lot of associates that are currently struggling with their worth and their self-worth. And that's something that I've never struggled with. I am my mother's child. And especially when it comes to men or whatever, like at the end of the day, I literally do not value any man on this earth more than him. There's no comparison whatsoever, like no comparison. So we had the conversation because it's like you are who you are, present yourself, or you downplay yourself, and then you have all these issues with the other sex. But one thing about people, and especially men, they sense a woman who has self-respect. They sense a woman who knows her worth. So that's what you're going to attract.
For sure.
You understand? Once you know who you are and can't nobody come in and take that from you, a real man gonna feel that and say, I'm up for the challenge because I like that.
Sure.
And you wonder why you continuously get riff-raffed. I done learned my lesson about seeing potential in somebody. It ain't no more potentials in my life, no more.
Yes, that was one of the rules that I had to put in place when I was dating. It was a lot of rules I put in place, and I just enforced a certain standard. And so, because you said this, I want to say it's real important too. You have to take stock of who you are, and you have to, whatever it is, clean it out, root it out. Like when I was dating, and I kept saying, "Why am I attracting this trash? Why am I attracting?" These needy men, or they can't take care of themselves. They live at home with their mama. They this, that, and the other. And part of it was because I was really nice and I wanted to save all the little broken winged birds out here, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say something that's really harsh, but that's true. If you attracting trash, it's something about you that's trash. And so I had to sit down and say, what is it in me that's bringing that to me? Because what you said earlier about energy. And so in order to figure that out, I did sit down. I talked with my brother and my dad. Women, I hope you have some men in your life who love you, who you can trust, who you can talk to and give you some really good guidance. But I asked them, why am I attracting this? And they just like, hey, this, and this. And you have to work on that.
Yes.
So when I did that, when I rooted out that part of me and worked on it, because we got what you said there, it's growth. We got to work on ourselves. We didn't come here perfect. We've been scarred along the way. We've been hurt and injured and everything. Yeah. And the same hurt people, that's true.
Yep.
All of that, right? So I had to root that out. And then I had to say, who am I? What do I stand for? What do I believe? All kind of stuff. And then it's what you said. When you have that confidence and you know who you are, you know what you're going to accept and not accept, you have done the hard work of repairing yourself or whatever,
Absolutely.
then you ready for something. And then look, that's when a better caliber of man was in my presence. Had I been around a better caliber man. Yeah, I'm an attorney. Like I'm around all kind of, but I'm talking about what we talking about morals. Somebody who you would want to have in your circle, good ethics, a good man, not just one that looks good, smell good, and make a lot of money. Because them most of the time main ones you want to avoid. But in my experience, but that's how that happens. So to put a really good cap on what you talking about with circles, and we talking about who we want to be in our circle, but do somebody want you in their circle? And so, are you the type of person who can be in somebody's circle? Are you trustworthy? Do you have values and morals? Are you gonna hold secrets and confidences? Are you gonna lift people up? And so whatever it is that's affecting you, because I don't want to say wrong with you, but whatever it is
Yeah.
that's affecting you, be honest about it and work on it.
Yeah. And that's always the individuals that I'm talking about, believe it or not, just ain't even in my life no more. They
Right.
just stop. And I'm okay with that, because what you spoke on earlier, piggybacking on that, I'm the kind of friend that's going to push you. I'm going to reprimand you. When you're wrong, you're wrong. When I see that, certain things you're doing is hindering your growth, I'm going to say something. And I expect that in return. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all not perfect. But for me, you always know when somebody is ready to evolve and grow when they do the work. A lot of people don't want to do the work no more.
Right.
They just don't want to face it. They lazy. They say, this is who I am and
Right.
this is what it's going to be.
And
But then
somebody
your
gotta
life
say
is
it
going to
like
always
this.
be full of chaos and chaotic and toxicity because
Right.
you're not even trying to listen or grow. And I think it's a blessing to have people in your life that want to see that for you,
Mhm.
because it don't come easy no more.
Well, it doesn't. And I will tell you, as an attorney, I had a boss, and it took me 15 years into my career before I met him. But so, I'm basically a bulldog. My style is very aggressive. I'm a litigator, and I'm gonna take it to you. I'm gonna bring the fight to you. Like, uh, let's go,
Yeah.
right? So people knew that, and they took advantage of it. Employers, I'm just saying employers, mostly male employers. But I had a boss, and it's 15 years in. I met. He said, "Nashawn, you could be great." He said, "You could run this whole organization. You just need some tweaking." And instead of taking those talents that I had and basically abusing them for his benefit, he said, "You, this is where you're rough around the edges. This is where you need to work on it, and you can be a leader. You could be a star." And I never thought about leading an entire organization.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm the litigant. I'm going to win cases. I'm going to win cases. That's what I do at whatever level I'm at, right? But I never thought about rising up and leading an organization. But I said that to say pretty much what we're saying. You want to find people who want the very best for you and want to bring out the best for you and who will be honest with you. Now you got to be able to take it. We can't be like in the movie saying you can't handle the truth. Like you can't
At all.
take it.
And it's so many. It's so funny because when I say this, people get offended, and I'm not saying it as if you're a weak person or that's not what it is, because everybody's backgrounds are different. We come from different backgrounds, and that plays a factor in it. But I'm sorry, as adults, even when me and VP's favorite words is the communication and accountability.
Yes.
Them is our words. And my thing is you again, if someone's telling you this and you're like, oh well, that's harsh or that's mean, you're not trying to grow. In this world today, I raise my children tough. You cannot have thin skin in this world.
God, honey.
You gotta I don't care if I've never learned it.
That part.
We're adults. Learn it. I don't know how to communicate. I feel like it's confrontation. Learn it. Because at the end of the day, once you learn it, you apply it in life, you're gonna be like, oh man, I wish I was doing this a long time ago. Standing your ground or being able to accept constructive criticism without feeling like you hurt my feelings.
Now, on that tip, I want to tell y'all something else that I did. I asked about somewhere between 30 and 40 people around me to use 3 words to describe me and send it to me. And that will give you a clue of what people think about you. And so what you're looking for is, does that align with what I think I am or how I'm presenting myself?
Yeah.
So as you can imagine, I got a lot of the same words. Um, intelligent, feisty, whatever. I got, some words I expected. But from a few people, I got some words that I didn't expect. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, what is this word? Like, why did you pick this word? Like I said, pick 3 words that you think describe me. It's a lot of words in the English language. So, like, hey, what do you mean by this word? Like, so you want, how am I presenting myself to you? Like, and so you want to see if what you are projecting is aligning with who you think you are in your head, because
Yes.
people are receiving you a certain way, and you want to know what that is.
Yes. Because it may or may not resonate with you. You might say, well, that ain't who I'm
that is not who I'm trying to be. Right?
Absolutely.
You might be like, oh, I didn't know people perceive me that way.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a wonderful skill. Now, once again, you got to be ready for the answers you get.
We did that in the office last week. We had our a CE class, a CE course in business planning, and my RSM had us do that. He does it periodically, but everybody basically in the room went around on a piece of paper and said 3 things about who you were, how you make them feel.
Yes.
And it's very important. It also too, sometimes we know that we aren't perfect, and we go around, hoping that we do people right, hoping that we leave a beautiful impression on people. And so just to hear people say nice things about you, you're like, okay.
Right.
I know I'm not that bad. That's good to hear. I'm glad.
Right. Like, yeah, like I'm coming across the way I want to. And
Correct.
so I had, that was something that I had to be, because of, like, I'm from Chicago, like, like when you down south, you got to worry about, we don't worry about feelings up north. Our feelings down south. And so, but it was something that I had to work on and be like, okay, I guess I do care, happy, because I'm like, I don't give a shit if your feelings is hurt, like I used to, like
At all.
And so,
At all.
but so anyway, I'm just saying, look, you can grow, you can understand things, all that kind of stuff. I hopefully you guys have been listening. I've been trying to give tips along the way, because it's easy to say, watch your circle, this your circle, but try to give people actionable steps they can take in order to develop the circle that they want. The biggest thing is love yourself enough to surround yourself with the right people. And if it's not working for you, let them go.
Let them go and be okay with it. I've always been told, but I'm from Cali, on top of a Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay, we give 0.
Right.
And it's not in a mean way. It's just that I ain't got time for that. Either you're gonna come correct or you're not. Because I'm going to go ahead and tally on over here somewhere, and I'm gonna be just okay.
Right.
But what I've learned is I will always be the person that's going to tell you how I feel. You'll never have to.
I say that too.
I wonder what she's thinking.
No, never. Yeah.
I'm going to tell my friends, if you did something that bothered me, we're going to talk about it eventually, because I can't let it sit on me. And I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to text you. I'm going to say, let's go get something to eat, because I like to look people in their eyes, because I know when someone's genuine and when they're not, and when they're full of shit and when they're not, right? So, and at the end of the day, I just learned how to work on my delivery.
Yes.
That's what I had to work on.
That's what I had to work on, for sure. Because, and like you said, we don't mean no harm by it. It'd be real dry, straight and to the fact, to the point. It won't mean no harm by it, but people will fall to pieces and be all broke up, and so you have to work on the
And
delivery.
it drives me insane. It actually pisses me off. And then I have to catch myself to not go off on this person to say, toughen up. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You need come on now. Because I do it to
I
my
thought it was
kids.
just me.
I
Yeah.
do it to my kids.
Oh,
This
for
word
sure.
gonna chew you up and it's gonna spit you out. You can't
don't
walk
like it, for
around
sure.
just, oh my God, he said that to me. No.
My whole mantra of raising them kids, I used to be like, nobody cares. Look, I used to, like, I let them know quick. When you get out there, don't nobody care, okay?
They
The
don't.
only reprieve you're going to get is your parents. Your mama care, your daddy care. I mean, like it's a limited number of people who care. But when you get out there, all this you talking about, nobody cares. I'm like, you toughen up, like,
You
be
got to.
resourceful, figure it out.
Figure it
Like
out.
you said, we are grown-ups and all that kind of stuff. But
And
yeah.
people don't like to, man, accountability today, it ain't happening.
Mm.
It ain't happening. It's not happening. So I'll leave it with the last question. How do you know when someone shouldn't be in your circle anymore? And I have the answer here, which I agree with, but how do you know when somebody got to go?
Well, it's a mixture of a lot of things. Sometimes people will say something. They'll, in essence, tell you that they not aligned with you and they not part of your circle. The other thing is what we talked about, the discernment. You prayed on it and you got a feeling about it. But the other thing is, if you are honest and you really look at it, you see the sabotage, you see the hate, you see the misalignment. You'll know if you're honest with yourself and you stop trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's just not gonna fit. It's just not gonna work. And then at that point, Miko, is what everybody wants. It's just about pulling the trigger. I don't think this is working out. Sometimes you say, but sometimes you just quietly distance yourself.
Yeah.
Because
I fall back now because I'm tired of talking.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm tired of talking. I just fall back and you
Yep.
have a great life. I wish you well. Because like I said again, that chick named Karma, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody.
Right.
She ain't about to come fooling with me in my life.
Yeah, but you'll know if they don't come out blatant and say it's just about being honest about what you know and pulling the trigger.
Yeah. So according to, my research, the answer is when their presence costs you your peace, your confidence, or your progress. And when you start shrinking instead of shining, that's your sign to let them go.
Yes, absolutely. 1000% I agree.
That's it. That's all. And I really, really, this had been on my heart just because of just recent, things going on and looking at the outcome and, just you got to be mindful because when you hang around people that are not evolving and growing and you hang around gutter people, that's all that's instilled in you is gutter and people who don't have a pot to piss in. You know what I'm saying? And you just steadily around this circle and you're losing everything because you're listening to this circle. So sometimes we got to stop and say, wait a minute, what is surrounded by me? And my main thing is quality over quantity, honey.
Oh yeah, and it's a good time of year to do it. It's the end of the year clean house. That's what I do. I clean my phone out at the end of the year, and I don't take any trash into the next year. Anything that's not working, I don't take it into the next year. And so if you do that every year, you start to pare it down. And so I take a good look. It's between October and December is when I start getting my mind right that I'm gonna have to let some things go.
Yes.
And normally what I do, the friends who really know me know, I go to the beach. I go to Pensacola or Cancun. So I go to a beach. I sit there and I let them waves crash and I look at the water and it's very peaceful. Delete that part, and I make decisions about this next year because you got to get better every year and you can't do that bringing old stuff into the new year.
You cannot bring it, and I don't care how much you want to hold on to it. I don't care how much it hurt to think of the thought that you got to freaking do it. And we just came out of a 9-year cycle ending, a new one is beginning, and you have to be mindful how you started. Because 2026 is the year of the horse. We all about to be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great year,
It'll
and
be
I'm,
a great
I'm
year.
getting ready for it on all fronts, and I hope y'all are too. I hope this
Yeah.
was helpful
Yeah,
because
I
it's
do my rituals. I bless my home for the month of December. I'm gonna bless it. I'm gonna have my black eyed peas, my pork, and my greens going, and I'm gonna do what I do. I clean my house. I purge. I throw things away. Get rid of clutter. You know what I'm saying? To begin the year with clarity.
and I'm
And
going to be in Merida,
so,
Mexico. I start a new year away from home just to sometimes you out of the zip code, then you can think clearer when you're not surrounded
so
by
true.
some of the things that stress you out.
So true.
So generally I'm always gone for the new year. So we will be in Merida, Mexico. That's the little town we're thinking about moving to. And
What?
well, we want to spend half the year there and half
Oh,
the year here. Yes. And
okay.
so, yeah.
Yeah, you can't now. You look just got here now. You can't be doing all that now.
Right. Yeah, but look, some peace because okay, real quick, y'all can have a huge big house, a cook, a chef, make all that like $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month. I mean,
Is
so
it really?
yes, we're meeting a realtor while we're there. We're gonna get the house. We can Airbnb it when we're not there. You get like 1,700 square feet, 3 bedroom, 157. The 2 bedroom is 137. Brand new builds. A lot of Americans are there. It's the safest city in North America, MERIDA, Merida, Mexico. It's really the Merida, Yucatan. Yucatan is a state. Mexico has 31 states, like the US has 50. Mexico has 31. Merida in the state of Yucatan in Mexico. And it's a 3 hour drive from Cancun. You can fly straight into Merida though. But you can fly to Cancun and take the train. But in any event, safest city in the Northern Hemisphere. Lots of Americans are there. But we ain't, you need millions to retire in the US. We ain't trying to stress ourselves out like
You
that.
know what? And real fast, I know we're gonna get off. I went to a networking event over here by me off of Ovilla in the First Texas Homes.
Mm. Oh,
And
yes.
I actually have her card. She is a developer realtor in Mexico with the
Yep.
new development, the new housing and
Yep.
all of that. And a lot of people
Absolutely.
are investing
Absolutely.
in those.
Okay, we got to connect on that then. You got to call me later on that.
I still have her card.
Yeah, yeah.
She
So
barely speak English, but
yeah, we are meeting realtors when we're there. So
I will link you.
yeah,
I
we
will
are
link you.
we are looking at properties and stuff. So anyway,
That's
y'all, we'll talk
amazing.
about that
That's how
too.
you bring in 2026, girl.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Overseas lifestyle. We can connect on that. We can have a show about that, a joint show. About
Yeah,
that.
we can.
Yeah, overseas lifestyle because this way you can house sit for people. It's ways to live overseas, work remote, house sit, do different things where you could be overseas half the year.
And
come
my
home.
baby, it's just me, and my babies is grown.
That part.
And I got people that love my grand dog. They'll take her
Look,
for a
that
couple of months.
That part. Let's do it.
Yeah. So remind the people again about your show.
Oh, yes. So starting January 15th is on Thursdays, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. And the first show is going to be about emergency preparedness, how to get our emergency documents, how to store them in a fireproof, waterproof bag in our home that we can grab quickly if there's a flood fire. We got to evacuate, which a lot of people in Texas do. A lot of people now in a lot of parts of the country. And so, but my show is called The Legal Lounge. And we'll cover lots of things, whether legal or not. Real estate, a lot of trust issues. I'll cover those again. Divorces, child support, just rental lease agreements, landlord tenant issues, how to read a contract, just a lot of different things like that. We'll do it where it's fun. I'll have guest speakers, experts, people coming on. Just like for the emergency one, I'm having someone from Dallas ISD Emergency Management. She's going to be on to tell you about a lot of that. And
That's awesome.
so, yeah.
I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to be tuned in, and I'm going to be reminding y'all about
Yes. Yay.
that. Okay. And for that, I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I will have the shorts to this out. I'm trying to shoot to start getting the shorts out on Sundays or so that you can have enough time to watch the show if you missed it. And I try my best to have my topic ready for the week. It just don't work out. I try and I do the research and I do it, and then here come Tuesday And as always, when I come on, what do I say? I'm all over the place. So
But
you get
sometimes,
what
like a
you
pastor, you get inspired with a whole different topic, and you got to go with the inspiration.
got to go, because today I was going to talk about, I forget what it was I was going to talk about. And then I just stopped and said, wait a minute, that circles has been on my heart. You know, and to my circle out there, I adore you little ladies, because it's not a lot. I adore you guys and I love you guys. And in a time like this in my life, I thank you so much for being by my side, because it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? But y'all right there cheering me on with your positivity, no negativity, and encouragement and pushing. And New Year's about to be the bomb. So on that note, also too, I don't know if VP can jump on right quick, but you guys see my Blast merchandise?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got my Blast merchandise. I'm not going to turn around and show you because my hair is covered, but I'm going to take a picture when I get off. But if you want to support Blast Music Media merch.
Yes, indeed. That's blastgear.shop. I'll put it up in a second. But yeah, I wasn't ready.
My bad. Well, I'm gonna take a picture of it and post it and tag, put the link on there that you guys can go out and purchase and support.
Yeah, I'll do it too.
Okay. And yeah, so that's it. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful evening. Can you see me? A beautiful evening and a beautiful rest of your week. And yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yay.
Thank you, Nishan.
Of course, thank you.
We hanging on there, VP.
No worries. See ya.